Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Marcus and today in this video I'm going to share with you how to design this really cool gradient poster in Adobe Photoshop. So let's go. So the first thing we want to do is obviously create a new document. So let's go to File, New, and let's name this poster grads. And then I'm going to use a 1700 by 2400 pixels in RGB and just press OK. Perfect. I'm just going to change the color of my background here to black because I need to, I don't know why it's so bright there. Maybe gray is cool. So next we want to do is just go to the toolbar here and select the ellipse marquee tool and make a really nice ellipse. I'm holding shift to make like perfect ellipse so it maintains the proportions really nicely. And then I'm going to make it like what, 400 pixels, something like this. Then we go to the adjustment layer here and then go to gradient. And then the gradient only will fill the selection, which is very cool. So gradients have different styles and the one we're going to use is the reflected one. I don't know if you will explore much about these gradients, but every style has like a different effect. It's like a radial gradient, as you can see. Oh yeah, the name is radial. And then angle one, which is the one we're going to use for this exercise. The reflected one is really cool as well. You can use this for like creating like a atmosphere or something. Like if we mention this is like the sky and then this is the ocean and that's the horizon line. Yeah, there's a lot of potential on the reflected gradient, but we're gonna use the angle one. Perfect. Now we have our gradient. Now we're gonna choose a color. We can use any of these presetted colors here. I recommend using something very like colorful because we're gonna change the colors. On this color, we're not, as you can see on our poster, there's multiple rings with multiple colors, and the way you're gonna do it is not by changing the colors of the gradient, but by using an adjustment layer on that gradient, so then it changes the colors there. Sorry, need a sip of water really quick. Perfect. So choose your gradient. I'm going to go maybe explore a little bit more this. Now I think I'm gonna go like this reds one. I really like, there's a lot of tones here. We choose our gradient and then just press OK. And let's move this gradient to the center. Now let's go to the gradient layer here and then right click and then convert to smart object. And this is where this is a very important step because it's going to be only smart object that we're going to apply the hue saturation effect. And then because it's a smart object, the effect will be always editable. And that's where we're going to make all those different colors. Select this layer and then let's go. First, let's just duplicate this one actually. Let's press Ctrl J, or you can go to the menu, I think it's Edit, no, Layer, and then you can duplicate layer. And then, yeah, I think just pressing Ctrl or Command J is way faster. And then select the bottom layer here, and then press Ctrl or Command T to open the transform options of this layer, and then just scale it up a little bit like this, not too much because we want to have a lot of rings there. We want a lot of rings there. Sorry, my English is going away. And then with this top ring or bottom ring here, just press Ctrl T or Command T again, and then rotate it 90 degrees. So we have this little split part here of the angle facing the bottom. And with this layer selected, let's go to layer and then go to now image and then adjustment and select hue and saturation. And this is where the color changing magic happens. We're gonna just scroll this hue color here and just find a really nice color set. Maybe we're gonna add a little bit of more saturation and lightness. Try to make like a really nice color combination there. Yeah, something like this. Sounds cool. Press OK, and then do the same thing again. Select this layer here, duplicate it, and then the bottom one, scale it up like this. Don't make it too big. Make sure you are aligning the layer as well. And then click on the effect here, and because it's a smart object, the effect is fully editable forever, which is a very non-destructive way of working. Change the color again to something nice. maybe a little bit saturation, maybe brightness as well. You can always adjust, or can actually select like a specific channel if you just want to change the reds. So then you go very specific parts of the color. But I will leave this exploration to you anyway, because I could be here for a couple of hours just doing that. Just doing, okay. And then the same thing again. A few more times, scale it up. Not too much maybe. Gonna leave it like this and like this. Perfect. And then change the color one more time to something nice, and then one more time, just so we have a nice variation there. And let's just change this hue saturation. Is this the one? Oh, I forgot to scale it. Need to scale it first, like this, yeah. And let's just change the hue saturation, find a nice color. Maybe we don't have any greens there. Maybe this one would be nice. High saturated, maybe not too much. Gonna reduce the lightness there. And press OK. Cool, this will be our first set. And because we have so many rings, we don't really want to make all of them by hand. So we're just gonna select this and this one, select the top layer and the bottom layer, and then press Ctrl or Command G to group them. So you can have a group with all these gradients, and then duplicate the group. And then the bottom group, you do the same thing. You scale it until you see the bottom there. Something like this. See, so this way we didn't actually needed to create again more spheres there. And then select them both, maybe scale them down if you want to make a little bit more rings there. And then the bottom one again, and then scale it one more time, like this. And perfect. So now we have a very complex gradient system here. Another way I like to do is just, if you go inside of this specific layer here, you can just go back to the effects and then just changing the colors there. So we create a little bit more variation. So it's not like green, green, green. Let's try to find a nice color. Sometimes it's hard actually, but let's give it a try. Let's just change the greens there. Do you have more saturation? Is it the greens or the blues? It was the blues. Maybe not too much so it doesn't damage the color actually. Let's maybe make it dark. No. Keep trying to find a nice color set for that bit. And then this green as well, I'm gonna change it to something different. It's feeling very much of the same there, so I could actually just press Ctrl T. No. And then just right click and then flip horizontally. How do we do this in Photoshop? Okay, here. And then just have the different colors facing different ways, which is cool as well. Ctrl T, select the layer you want to do it, and then flip horizontally. And yeah, this is a nice color combination already. So let's just get our groups back together here, and then select them all, and then group them again. So we only have one group. And then let's go duplicate this group, and then Ctrl T or Command T to open the transform options, rotate this down, and then move it up like this. Oh, this is a really cool effect already. And yeah, this is almost pretty much it. The last thing we need to do is create a background. Solid color, let's go to adjustment layers here really quick. Solid color, and then a darker background. I think it was a darker background I used before. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Yeah. Oh, this one again is much better than the one I did first, which is nice. I'm happy when I actually my tutorial version is better than my initial one. Scale it down a little bit. I really love this color combination, but if by any chance you want to change it again, you can always make a new adjustment layer here and use hue saturation, and then this will color correct the entire scene if you just want to experiment with different colorways and different color saturations there. or even make it a black and white version, which probably is not very interesting, but you know, tastes. I'm just gonna release this. I don't need it because I'm really happy with it. And let's go make a new layer just to add the noise. Gonna fill it with black and then go to filter, noise, and then add noise. I'm gonna leave it at 50%, uniform monochromatic. Press OK and then go to overlay. The overlay is actually pretty strong, so we need to reduce the opacity here to maybe 50%, so we can still see the noise there, but it's not like damaging the poster too much. Cool, and then I wrote something here with a text tool. Grads, I think it was grads. Something like referring to this gradient series. And yeah, it's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. Bye bye.